Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
I'm Jerry.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Tom.
It's time!
Live from the CSB studios in Westbury, New York.
It's the Tom and Jerry Sports Show.
Featuring co-host Kevin Dolan and the host that's been here since day one, Jerry Napoleonello. On Zeno Radio.
Tom and Jerry Sports Show live on Zeno Radio. It is Monday, June 13th. I'm Jerry Napoleonello. There's no Kevin Donlin today, but we have a special guest in studio with me, my girlfriend, very beautiful, Nicole. There is a lot to talk about today. Since being here last week, we have an NHL Stanley Cup champion, and the Warriors are one game away from taking home back-to-back NBA championships, but they'll have to do it without one of their stars. I'll let you know who that is. But first, the number to call, 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live. Last week, we were remembering a legend that passed, Muhammad Ali. Well, during the week, we lost another legend, Gordie Howe, who passes away at the age of 88. Now, Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, as you know, many have known him by, was definitely a guy that transcended hockey. I mean, you have the Gordie Howe hat trick, which was a goal, an assist, and a fight. And the funny thing is, he didn't even really do that as much, but they named it after him. But I mean, before we really get into the Gordie Howe, I actually wanted to ask my girlfriend, how was your weekend?
It was great. How was yours?
It was quite good, I could say.
It was sunny.
It was sunny. I mean, as you could see in the video.
I'm sunburnt.
Yes, very sunburnt. I do suggest, if the weather says that it's windy, but it's supposed to be nice,
Don't go to the beach.
do not go to the beach. I feel like I'm just getting over the welts from the sand by getting hit.
Dramatic. It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty
They're
bad.
dramatic.
Basically, everything that we had with us was full of sand. The bags of food. I think I was chewing on sand when I got home when I was trying to go into the bag of chips that we got.
It added extra flavor.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But I digress.
You always digress.
Yes. I do, in sadder news, actually want to say that our prayers are out for everybody.
How do you go from the beach to that?
Well, I mean, you have
That's so
you have to transition. I mean, there's really no way of getting.
Well, you could say something happier, like it was cool that he got to play with his kids.
It was.
That's really awesome.
It was.
Not many people could do that.
But we also have to bring this up.
Well, of course, it's sad.
Our prayers go out to everybody that was involved in the Orlando shootings as well. And you know what? It wasn't even the only shooting that happened in Orlando. The day before, a YouTube sensation.
I listened when I was young.
Yes. She basically...
Christina Grimmie, you should say.
Yes, Christina Grimmie. She made her name through YouTube.
By herself.
Really. And she ended up getting a chance to get on The Voice. Ended up finishing in third place. I don't know what year it was. I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
I think it was a few years ago.
Yeah. But she was she was opening up for I think a band called Before You Exit. And
she entered before they exited.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But she opened up for them, and I think there was two more concerts left in their tour, and some maniac, and from what they're saying, is someone that didn't really like that she was a Christian, and opened fire in the venue as she was signing autographs, and she was hit, the only one hit. Many say because of her brother, who tackled the gunman down right before the gunman actually turned the gun on himself.
That's sick.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. I mean, especially for her brother. You know, and especially that they were so close. That, you know, many said that she was like, they were like, you know, two peas in a
Best
pod.
friends.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But,
People
you know,
messed up.
prayers go out to her family, and then as well as the Orlando shootings. I think they said 49 were killed.
50 killed, 49 identified so far.
Well, I think it's also because one of them was the shooter as well.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't care.
So, and he had, they said that he had ties with ISIS. They interviewed him 3 times in connection with ISIS.
They suspected him for a while.
Yes.
And then cut him out, and then he did this.
Yes.
Go figure.
But in happier news, we're going to move on. Also, our prayers go out to everybody that was involved. But we have to transition into the sports aspect of this. NBA Finals, Game 5, tonight. I'll get there. I'll get to Gordie Howe. I will.
Okay.
I had NBA Finals, Game 5.
You give me a lineup and you don't follow it.
Well, you gotta
You're
go.
throwing me off here.
You gotta go with the flow here.
Flowing.
She's new to this, by the way.
No, I'm
That's
not.
it.
That's what you want you to think. So when I'm better than you, I whip your butt.
Yeah. NBA Finals, Game 5 tonight. The Golden State Warriors will be missing Draymond Green, who was suspended for Game 5 due to the NBA coming out with adding the flagrant foul to the little scuffle that he had with LeBron James.
Just for a quick and easy $150,000, he can't play.
Yeah,
No big
basically. They looked at it, saw that he may have taken a swipe at the good old family jewels of LeBron James.
LeBron James's goods.
Yeah. And they gave him that, and because of Draymond Green's previous track record with flagrant fouls, he was at his limit, and he had to get the suspension. And many are suspecting what he's going to do. I mean, at least before we just found out, right before coming on air, where he's actually going to be watching this game, because as a suspended player, you are not allowed in the building, and you'll get a $2,000 fine if you end up in the building.
Well, my thought behind that is if he's already $150,000 in on a fine he has to pay, what's another $2,000 so he can watch the game with his team?
Exactly. And that was my
Silly.
thought as well. She came up with it first, though. I'll give her that. But he will be watching it at the Oakland Athletics Stadium. Actually, the Coliseum that the Athletics play in is connected by a tunnel to the Oracle Arena where the Warriors play. So basically, he could just take a little jog over to...
Can we see you jog again?
It's a little quick little,
Wobble?
get up. Yeah. But we'll get into the NBA Finals in a little bit. Remember, 605-562-7085, press 5 to be heard live. Back into Gordie Howe, 88. He had problems with strokes the last couple of years. I think he had 2 strokes in the last 10 years or so. But Gordie Howe was one of the greatest, if not the greatest. And, I mean, he has the numbers to back that up. And my gorgeous girlfriend is going to give us the records that he holds.
Nicole.
Yes. but you're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah. So why don't you give us the records that he holds?
So, most NHL regular season games played, 1,767. Most NHL regular season games played with a single team, 1,687. Most NHL seasons played, 26, tied with Chris Chelios.
There you go.
Most NHL regular season goals by a right winger, 801. Most NHL regular season points by a father-son combo, his son being Mark, 2,592.
He actually played with both of his sons.
Oh, well, this combo right here that I'm stating the statistic of is particularly Mark.
I actually do think, if I remember correctly, I think Mark is in the Hall of Fame as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
It's a family Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That's cute.
Look at that.
Father son.
Kind of sucks for the third
That's
son,
goals.
though.
Yeah, well.
Well, the second son.
No one cares about him.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to my story. Most consecutive NHL 20-goal seasons, 22. This was between the years 1949 and 1971. We weren't even thought of then.
No.
Most times leading NHL playoffs in scoring, 6 times that is. Oldest player to play in the NHL, he was 52 years. He played, 52 years and 11 days. No other player has ever played past age 48.
Look at that.
He really went over them.
Yes.
First in Red Wings history in points, goals, and games played. Second in assists. And most NHL All-Star Game appearances, 23 appearances.
So right there you have it.
He was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's second in a lot of them, under Wayne Gretzky, of course. But here's a few statistics. Maybe she's read them. I haven't really gone through these. But here's by the numbers. Look at his career, Mr. Hockey. Players only need 1 goal in a game for a Gordie Howe hat trick. The other pieces, an assist and a fight. 4, obviously you read that. Detroit Red Wings won 4 Stanley Cups in the 1950s, led by Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe won 6 Hart trophies. For those of you that don't know what a Hart trophy is, that's the NHL MVP.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go.
Thank you for telling me that.
Yes.
Now I'm more sports educated.
There you go. Gordie Howe also won 6 Art Ross trophies. For those of you that don't know.
Didn't know.
Well, the Art Ross trophy is NHL's leading point scorer in the season.
Good to know. Can I ask you something?
What's up?
Do you think he was better than his kids?
Yes.
Why? Do you think his kids took after him? Do you think it was something in their blood, like they were born to be good hockey players?
Well, obviously, I would have to say so.
Why? What made you form such a conclusion?
Well, your father is one of the greats, and many think that he is the greatest.
Do you think they were pressured to follow in his footsteps?
That
they had no other choice. Like, why didn't they play baseball or basketball? They had to do what Daddy did.
Well, I don't see it pressure in that sense, but I do see pressure in the sense of you have to live up to the name.
That's true.
I feel like, if you're playing that sport, you have to live up to your father or your brother or whoever it is.
Came before you in the family line of the sport.
Especially if they're a great player. And there's many, siblings that have played with each other or after each other. I mean, one of the biggest is obviously Eli and Peyton Manning, and Eli has to play to Peyton Manning's legacy every time he steps on.
Who was it at the Super Bowl that made that face?
Which face?
When he was watching his brother play.
That was Eli.
He was not happy.
No.
He was jealous.
You know what?
Would you say the other one was better?
Well, what happened?
Eli or Peyton?
Peyton, without a doubt.
And he was the one that was playing in that game.
Yes.
So Eli's jealous.
Well, Eli had.
Jealous and ugly is such a bad combo. Yeah. He should not have made such a face.
Well, Eli at the time
it's like a face when he's got to go potty.
Eli at the time had 2 Super Bowls. Peyton Manning only had 1. Okay. So Eli always had that over him,
now he doesn't.
Even though Peyton Manning was the better quarterback.
So now he doesn't. Now they're tied.
So now he doesn't.
But he retired.
Yes. Well, Peyton retired.
Peyton did.
Eli hasn't.
So he can win another one.
Eli can, yes.
Stink face off.
Yes.
Okay, back to.
But Overall, 18, Gordie Howe's age at the time of his NHL debut in 1946. 23 is his record of NHL All-Star appearances, as you said towards the end. 45, Gordie Howe's age when he made his comeback with the Houston Aeros of the WHA. He had 100 points in that season, won the WHA's MVP award, later named for him while he was still an active player, and led the Aeros to the first 2 straight WHA titles. Mr. Hockey age when he called it quits was 52. At the time of his retirement, Howe ranked first in the NHL with goals, assists, and points.
52 is like pretty crazy to still be playing like that. Playing with what, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds?
Barely anybody touches 40 now. I mean, you can touch 40, 41. I mean, Alex Rodriguez is 40.
We didn't ask about Alex Rodriguez.
Well, I was giving you Alex Rodriguez.
You love him, don't you?
I do. I do. But
is it a man crush, would you say?
You know what? I do say that it is a man crush. I will have to say that.
Okay. Moving on.
NBA Finals hasn't been really what people have expected or more so wanted. We'll discuss it when we get back on the Tom and Jerry Sports Show on Zeno Live.
Stay tuned.
Cyberstation USA is the future of radio. Get your business into the online future at the world's largest internet radio station. From banner placement on our homepage to any of our broadcaster stages, commercials on our video player, audio spots on any of our shows, or at the beginning of any of our on-demand broadcasts. Cyberstation USA offers competitive rates with a worldwide reach. A fully integrated one-stop shop social media broadcast platform. For more information, please contact our sales department at Cameo at cyberstationusa.com.
All Noise Radio. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. All Noise Radio is an internet radio station that's fully produced by graduates of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. From modern rock to old school hip hop, country to classical, news, talk, sports, and more. It's the noise you can't ignore. Log on to allnoiseradio.com. Fire up the station. Find out more about your favorite jocks. Get the latest CSB news and more. Plus, you can take All Noise Radio with you on the go for free. Just download the Live 365 app to your iPhone, iPod Touch, or BlackBerry and search All Noise Radio. Check out tomorrow's broadcasters today at allnoiseradio.com. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Tom and Jerry Sports Show featuring Kevin Donlin live every Monday on Zeno Radio and re-airs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Cyberstation USA and the Stitcher app. You can also tune in every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on All Noise Radio and the Live 365 app.
Follow us on Instagram at Tom and Jerry Sports Show and join the conversation on Twitter at TNJ Sports, or visit our website at tnjsports.weebly.com, or call in to 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live.
I will fight till I take my last breath. I got the heart of a warrior, the heart of a warrior. I've been down, I've been out, and I've been. I got the heart.
We are back. Tom and Jerry Sports Show, 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live. I made that up, by the way. Anyway, NBA Finals haven't gone the way most people may thought. Over a 4-game time period, 3 games have been of 25 points or more. Could you explain that, Jerry?
I don't think anybody can explain it. Just the many have said with the Golden State Warriors, because they rely so much on the 3-point shot, that if they're not hitting it, it's going to be a blowout. So, it's kind of hard. And Game 3, the only game that the Cavaliers have won, the Warriors have lost every Game 3 in this playoffs.
So who's going to win tonight? Game 5.
Well, it's hard because
now that the other team lost one of their best players, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, the way I look at it,
LeBron James is on the team of the player that wasn't lost, so he has to win, or it's embarrassing.
Exactly.
Huh.
So,
will he step up or will he choke? Dun dun dun.
Oh, yeah, that's the question. I mean, with LeBron James,
what time does this game start?
It starts at 9:00.
Okay.
p.m. Eastern.
Maybe if I find time, I'll tune in.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
there
some
you
ice
go.
cream with it.
Maybe.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Yeah. The biggest thing with LeBron James, if he loses this game with missing Draymond Green on the Warriors, and obviously I feel like they're gonna lose this series anyway. But
who's gonna lose this series?
I think the Cavaliers. And
we're gonna lose.
Yes. No team has come back from a 3-1 deficit
What if they
in the
make
NBA
that
Finals.
Change? What if they're different?
Well, then that's.
Who are you to form a conclusion?
Well, that's against Draymond Green then for doing something so stupid. But I do actually have a clip.
Also, you're saying if they come back, it's because he's out of the game.
Well, I mean, if you
Is he
think
better
about
than Steph Curry?
No, not at all. But if you think about
Why
it, because Steph Curry is out of this world.
Rather handsome as well.
Let's pump the brakes on that one.
I'm just stating the obvious. Have you seen his eyeball?
Draymond Green, because of this whole
We
thing.
gotta make this a women-friendly show as well.
Yeah, I
gotta
guess.
talk for the women.
I
guess
guess
I'm representing most when I say he's a very attractive young man.
I guess.
You couldn't agree more. Another man crush like your Alex Rodriguez?
No,
You're not crazy about him?
No, I actually like I like Steph Curry because
he plays like a champ. He's a clean player. He's classy about it too. I like that.
He's the short guy.
Oh, like you.
Well, I mean, he's a lot taller than me, but he's the short guy on the court.
Oh, wow. He's
yeah.
a lot taller than you?
Well, he's 6 foot.
He's 6 foot?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He's a lot taller than you, a whole foot.
But
Jerry's 5 foot tall.
No, I'm 5'3".
If anyone was wondering.
I'm 5'3".
He's not 5'3".
I'm 5'3". But I do have a clip explaining.
Roll it. Roll the tape.
Charles Barkley basically saying what was on his mind about Draymond Green's little
suspension.
Family Jewels shot.
Oof.
But here's Charles Barkley the other day on Sirius Radio.
Guy steps over you, you have a moral obligation to punch him in the balls. You have a moral obligation for guy because that's really disrespectful to step over a guy. You're supposed to pop him in if he steps over you like that.
So you're saying that's a perfectly fine response. So what if he gets suspended?
That's a perfectly fine response.
Wow.
If a guy does that.
So
I think personally that's immature and rude. I think that there's no need for such. Play the game and play it right. Why do you have to go after a man's goods?
My opinion, well, going for that area is not the best, being that,
I mean, you want to kick him, whatever, but you got to kick him in his ginger loons.
Well, the thing is, Charles Barkley's the old school kind of guy, and I loved everything that he said, to be honest with you. I loved it. In my mind, stepping over a guy while he's on the ground in any sport is kind of like someone spitting in your face.
That's rude.
That's basically how disrespectful.
Now, can I ask you something?
That is.
Is LeBron James a better basketball player than this guy?
Well, LeBron James is the best player in the world.
Okay, so then what's he trying to prove? He just makes himself look like an idiot.
Basically.
So he doesn't deserve to play tonight.
Who, Draymond Green or
yes.
LeBron James?
The guy that did the nut kicking.
Oh, well.
Right or wrong? He doesn't deserve to play tonight.
Well, he didn't kick him. He kicked another guy in the last series there. But this time he kind of threw up his elbow. I mean.
Oh, he didn't kick LeBron James.
No.
I'm confused.
No. I'll show you the clip in the commercial. But. What happened was. They both kind of got into a little scuffle. Draymond Green ended up on the floor. LeBron James walked over him, like stepped over him.
But that's rude still.
And then as he was stepping over him, Draymond Green kind of like lifted his back up. Mm-hmm. And then as he lifted his back up, he kind of just
nudged
threw his arm up and caught him.
On purpose, or could that have been a mistake?
See, that's the thing. I mean, when you're watching it in one view, it doesn't look like he really hits him. In another view, he hits him clear as day.
Were these videos edited?
No.
Oh.
But in my mind, like I said, stepping over someone in any sport
is rude.
Is probably the most disrespectful thing that you could
LeBron James.
do.
It's wrong.
Yeah, and
So
LeBron
he's
James,
just
but
being cocky in a way.
and then what supposedly happened after that was that Draymond Green said a few things, and he didn't like that, I guess.
Why can't they just play the game and play it and end it? Why do they got to be children about it? Especially at such a neck-and-neck situation with these basketball games. Children, play
trash
the game
talk.
and move
Trash
on.
talk is part of the game. That's
Yeah, but
that's part of
grown
any
men at
sport.
some
Everybody does it. The thing is, you don't come out and make an excuse about it, saying that this guy said, something out of
Man up.
Exactly.
Take it like
and
a man.
LeBron James didn't do that. But moving on, actually, over the weekend
We're past
was
this?
yeah.
We're not going to talk about it anymore? Cut and dry. We'll see what happens tonight, everyone. Tune in, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk about it next week. Moving forward.
There you go. Actually, over the weekend was the first part.
Beach day. The first beach day of the summer.
Well, yeah.
And I look like a walking lobster.
That is
But
true.
besides that, it was also the first
part of the OJ Made in America 5-part series that ESPN is doing.
Jerry is very interested in this.
Yes,
He's been watching it.
The 30 for 30. I've watched it, fully one time, but I caught up on it today.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I did while I was setting the show up, actually.
Oh, where was I?
You were actually at work.
Understandable.
Yes.
Typically something I do.
Yeah. But it actually, the first part was more so of his rise to fame, his college days, and then the beginning of his Buffalo Bills days. And actually tomorrow, Tuesday, June 14th, will be part 2 on ESPN at 9 o'clock.
June 14th is?
What?
Do you know what June 14th is?
It's one of our anniversaries, one of our monthly anniversaries.
Look at that.
Yes.
What a special day.
Yes.
Figured I'd share.
Yeah.
If anyone cared. No one cares.
No one cares.
Well, I mean, we care.
Oh, obviously.
You should care.
But
if you're listening, you should care.
During
you're gonna remember us one day. We're gonna be famous,
There you go. During one of the games, actually the last game of the NBA Finals that we just had, Jeff Van Gundy actually told a story about OJ, and this is the clip from it.
Saturday, 9 Eastern on ABC. It's the much anticipated part 1 of OJ Made in America. Critically acclaimed 5-part 30 for 30 documentary event. Not just the OJ Simpson story, but one about race, celebrity violence, and the criminal justice system. OJ Made in America premiering Saturday at 9 Eastern on ABC.
Mike, I'm always reminded when I was an assistant with the Knicks in '94, the OJ chase took place in Game 5.
Game 5 of the finals between the Rockets and the Knicks as Green blocked the foul from behind.
And we ended up losing to the Rockets. That summer, Pat Riley always went back out to L.A. He had a house there. And he ran into the driver of the car, A.C. Cowlings, at a car wash. And they both were getting their cars detailed. And A.C. Cowlings knew Coach Riley peripherally, waved him over, and proceeded to tell him the story of why they were driving so slow was O.J. wanted to hear the end of the game on the radio before he pulled in. And when Coach Riley told us that story, I was like mesmerized by what really goes on. Like, I could just see him having the gun to his head saying, turn up the radio, AC, so I can hear the last few minutes.
That is incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
That was a nice little story, but I'm going to give my opinion when we get back from the commercial. If you want to give your opinion as well,
I would love to.
Okay,
When we
and
get
there we
back.
go. You got a commercial.
You
got
eagerly wait to see what I have to say, and let me tell you, it's always interesting.
Oh, that it is. That
it
it is.
always is a surprise.
We have crowned a new Stanley Cup champion. We will discuss that coming up when we get back. You're listening to the Tom and Jerry Sports Show
Featuring
Nicole Conklin.
That's me.
On Zeno Live. The Tom and Jerry Sports Show featuring Kevin Donlin live every Monday on Zeno Radio and re-airs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Cyberstation USA and the Stitcher app. You can also tune in every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on All Noise Radio and the Live 365 app.
Follow us on Instagram at Tom and Jerry Sports Show and join the conversation on Twitter at TNJ Sports, or visit our website at tnjsports.weebly.com or call in to 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be
Cammy Entertainment Group and Cyberstation USA are now part of Stitcher, a free radio app for your smartphone. With Stitcher, you can listen to live programming as well as archived radio programming right on your phone. To obtain Stitcher, just go to the App Store for your particular phone. Go to search, then type in Stitcher. That's Stitcher, S-T-I-T-C-H-E-R. S-T-I-T-C-H-E-R. Then download. It's that simple. Stitcher, a free radio app for your smartphone. Convenient access to live and archived Cyberstation USA programming on your mobile phone. That's Stitcher, S-T-I-T-C-H-E-R. Cyberstation USA, always on the go.
All Noise Radio. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. All Noise Radio is an internet radio station that's fully produced by graduates of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. From modern rock to old school hip hop, country to classical, news, talk, sports, and more. It's the noise you can't ignore. Log on to allnoiseradio.com. Fire up the station. Find out more about your favorite jocks. Get the latest CSB news and more. Plus, you can take All Noise Radio with you on the go for free. Just download the Live 365 app to your iPhone, iPod Touch, or BlackBerry and search All Noise Radio. Check out tomorrow's broadcasters today at allnoiseradio.com. Powered by the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Do it for me. Now watch me whip. Kill it. Now watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Why me do it? Now watch me whip. Kill it. Watch me nay-nay. Okay. Now watch me whip.
We are back on the Tom and Jerry Sports Show, as you should know. To call in, the number is 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live. You can also tweet us at TNJ Sports or head to our website at tnjsports.weebly.com. Now, as we were talking about before we went to break and Jerry rudely interrupted me, we're going to discuss our opinions based on what we were talking about before.
Do you want to give your opinion first, or you want me to give my opinion first?
I'd like to hear yours first.
Oh, okay.
The more knowledgeable of the two.
Oh, okay.
In the sports world, that is. Let's not go too far.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true. Touche.
That's my word.
My opinion on it, I to be honest with you, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I feel like why all of us, like OJ would be on this huge chase, televised on basically every single channel at that time. The NBA Finals is going on, and he pops in his head after he's just telling everybody that he's going to kill himself while he's in the car, and he's telling the guy that he's driving to slow down. He wants to listen to the end of the NBA Finals game. It makes me, like, I kind of think about it, and it's like, it's so out there that it kind of sounds fake. I mean, that's my opinion, but, I mean, why would Jeff Van Gundy or Pat Riley, why would he say something that was false? Now I want to hear the opinion of the she doesn't really know about the whole situation, and I guess I will say, I mean, I'm not too knowledgeable on this whole thing, but O.J. Simpson was involved in a double murder case.
Right, we all know that.
Yes.
What is the opinion on? You don't think he did it? Is that what we're giving opinions on?
No, we're giving opinions on. Did you listen to the clip that was playing? Obviously, that's a no. She doesn't even listen to me.
What I was doing while you were showing the clip was I was checking our social media to see if we got anything, and my stuff got more views than yours.
Well, we don't have to talk about that.
Well, I'm just making you famous, Jerry.
There you go. And what happened was, he was in a police chase.
Right.
One of the most famous, if not the most famous, police chase.
Is that a good thing to be famous for a police chase?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And there's a point in time where he's actually going quite slow.
Okay.
Now, this all happened during the finals, the NBA finals.
Okay.
Obviously, around this time.
Continue.
I forget the day that it happened, but the game was going on in Madison Square Garden.
Right.
So what the story that he told was that the reason why they were going so slow was because they wanted to hear the end of the NBA Finals game.
Okay.
And where's the opinion on that?
You don't think that's true?
I just the story is like so out there. That story's so out there. But then in the other hand, it's why would someone lie about that? Why would someone say something like that if it's not true? But
people lie about a lot of things.
Well, that's true.
People do a lot of weird things. Look at the world we live in today.
That is true.
We opened up the show with 2 disgusting things. So nothing can go past you, huh?
You know what? The word of the day, touche.
Touche.
Touche. And I just rhymed.
The word of the day, touche.
Oh, God. But on to the Stanley Cup Finals.
That's so random. We were just talking about something else.
We got to transition. You got to transition.
So
you got to
give me a little wiki transition.
Oh, God. There we go. We got a rap star over here. Sharks and Penguins. The series is over.
Thank God we can watch something else tonight.
No, we're watching the finals tonight.
No. I think So You Think You Can Dance is on.
That is not going to be watched.
Well, if I'm on this sports show, we got to talk more sports. We're bringing up the dance world.
That's not sports.
No, excuse me?
What?
What did you just say?
I didn't say a thing. I had to.
Yeah, you had a tickle in your throat?
Yeah,
Dance
I did.
is a
I had
sport.
to.
Don't start.
Yeah.
Dance is
But
a sport.
going on to dancing on the ice. Sharks and Penguins.
That would be figure skating. They figure skate?
No.
Dancing on the ice is figure skating.
Yeah, but when you're about to get like down to a fight, it's like
You ever see hip hop dance?
let's dance. You go out there, let's dance.
They don't say let's dance.
Well, you know what? It's like March Madness. It's time for the dance.
No, I like to talk real dance.
Well, you know, we just don't have enough time for that.
You're so mean.
Sharks and Penguins, Stanley Cup Finals. Sharks ended up coming close. They brought it to 3-2, going back to San Jose.
But you know what happened?
Better chance for the Sharks to play at home.
Do you know what happened?
And the Penguins won.
That's it. They did it. We all saw it. The cup doesn't need to be watched anymore by the man that gets paid to watch the cup. They hand it over. I know you disagree with the MVP. You made that comment before.
I did.
You know what?
Well, that was the question.
Yeah.
Should have Sidney Crosby won? Should have
now,
Sidney Crosby
question.
won?
Who scored the win? Who scored the winning goal?
They won 3-1.
Oh.
So whoever scored the second goal, that was, I think they won 3-1.
That was right after
I believe
they scored their first goal. The other team scored the second goal.
Yes.
I watched that.
Yes.
No, but
it was
now,
Chris Letang.
Did he get the cup first?
No,
Because I don't agree with that.
Sidney Crosby.
I don't agree with that. If you scored the winning goal, you get that cup first.
Well,
I
what
don't
happens?
Like it. I don't care about MVP, BBP, WQP.
No, it's not even.
I don't care what initials you have.
It wasn't
guy
that
who won the game should get the cup.
The captain takes the cup
That's
first.
not fair. But
well, you're just mad. You're just mad because of the Kings and the Rangers series where the guy that scored the winning goal
got it last.
But they never showed it on TV.
That's not fair. He deserves to take the cup home.
I
Bring
agree
it to
with
his
you.
Family, take a bath in it, drink out of it, whatever you want.
They do. They all get it for one day.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
But he scored the winning goal. It
Well,
should be his.
My question was, it should have Sidney Crosby won the Conn Smythe Award, which is the MVP of the finals.
Well, anyone out there listening, please think 605-562-7085. We'd love to hear your opinion.
That is true. My opinion is Sidney Crosby should have never won the Conn
I asked
Smythe.
for our viewers' opinion, not yours.
Well, I still have to give mine.
Did anybody ask? Cricket. Cricket.
My opinion is that Matt Murray should have won.
Okay.
The goalie.
And why is that?
Because he played outstanding. He wasn't even supposed to be the goalie.
So maybe he plays so good he doesn't need a label on it.
I think he does.
What if he does?
And you know what? Now the Penguins can think about trading Marc-Andre Fleury.
Okay.
Which is a good move.
Right.
You may get enough for him. I don't know.
What's enough to you?
You might be able to get a third liner, maybe.
Not bad. Hey, Jerry.
Maybe a second liner.
What's a third liner?
In hockey, in a roster,
right,
it comes out as a lineup.
Right.
So
obviously.
So basically, now there's 5 guys on the ice.
Yes.
Plus 1 goalie.
Okay.
So you have 3 forwards
2
on the
back.
first line with 2 defensemen.
Right, and a goalie.
Then 3 forwards on the second line.
Yeah.
And 2 defensemen. 3 forwards on the third line.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And 2 defensemen. And usually they only have...
Oh, you mean switch out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Usually they only have 6 defensemen. But
that makes sense.
But, moving on, I think Matt Murray should have won.
Everyone has their own opinions.
Yeah. 605-562-7085.
We'd love to hear yours.
Let me hear your opinion.
Fight with him. He thinks he's always right.
Or tweet at us because, if you're not listening, you end up hearing this on YouTube. Tweet at us.
Please tweet to me. I'm at Nicole Conklin if you'd rather just personally tweet to me and not to Jerry.
With 2 N's at the end, right?
I don't know.
Oh, well. She doesn't even know her Twitter handle.
I'm never on it. You can find me through Jerry, of course. So I hope.
That you can. Now, I kind of want to transition to my jersey here.
No one can see your jersey. We're
well,
on the radio.
Well, you'll be able to see it in the YouTube video.
The radio. That's a good song. Do you know who sings that?
I don't know who sings it, but
okay.
Let's leave it to that person who sings it.
That was rude.
Now I have the Chicago Bulls 45 jersey. If you don't know who that is, then you obviously don't watch basketball. Michael Jordan wore this jersey when he came back from retirement the first time. There was a story that came out with Michael Jordan, which I thought was pretty funny.
Did you wear the jersey because you wanted to talk about this?
I didn't. I just wanted to wear a basketball jersey, and my other ones just...
weren't fitting the outfit?
Not the outfit, just wasn't fit my...
the day, the feeling of the day.
The day and just kind of...
your vibe.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Now, the story was Michael Jordan...
We're talking about good old MJ?
Yes.
Okay.
Went to... had a game that night, went to the court very early. Started practicing shots. I don't remember how early it was, but they were
very early.
Well, it was very early. It's earlier than he would go there for a regular game. So they were checking everything because they got to check. They got to do the national anthem. They got to do all the videos and all that stuff. And everybody knows the games that you go to, sporting events. You see the games on the screen, whether it be a race or the hat covering the ball and which hat it's going to be under. Blah blah blah. Well, the Chicago Bulls had some kind of race on the screen. So they did the race, and Michael Jordan saw it and went up to the guy and was like, "Oh, so you guys know who's going to win tonight?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, the red team." So.
Oh, I remember this story.
Yes, I just told you that. Yeah. So, we fast forward to the game.
Wait, let's do some fast forwarding. Beep, 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 beep. We're at the game now.
Yes. They get to the game. Now, middle of the game, timeout is called. They're in the huddle. Phil Jackson's drawing up a play for them. Michael Jordan goes up to Scottie Pippen, nudges him, asks him $100.
Who doesn't ask him? He wants to bet.
Well, he told him. He bet him $100. $100 on the red team.
Okay.
Ends up turning out the team wins.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up doing this all season. Scottie Pippen never caught on.
So he's not really pimping if he can't get it.
Oh, boy.
Get it?
Transition. Von Miller. That was a funny story, by the way.
That was so quick. You didn't even elaborate on it.
How do you want to elaborate? What do you want to say?
What a great story you told, Jerry.
There you go.
I'm sure
now we
our
transition.
listeners appreciated it.
Absolutely. Well, before we transition, actually, we have to take a break because we're up against the clock here.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're going to take a break.
Yes.
I need to take a drink.
Our new Tom and Jerry Sports Show Yankees update and Mets update coming up on the Tom and Jerry Sports Show on Zeno Live with Nicole Conklin.
This is the evolution of radio.
Cyberstation USA.
Our inventions change us. They make us think differently.
Something new added to the real world.
The leading edge of evolution.
That development has got to be delivered.
CyberstationUSA.com.
The most sophisticated that I've ever seen.
I'm not sure exactly what the future is, but I'm pretty sure it's not going away.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting founder Dick Robinson.
You know, the media business has changed a lot since we opened our doors in 1964. Now media content is everywhere, on air, online, on the go. More than ever, companies are looking for people to help drive this new media.
At Connecticut School of Broadcasting, you'll get hands-on training on the latest software and equipment in a matter of months, not years. Connecticut School of Broadcasting has placed thousands of grads in broadcast media careers.
It's all about versatility. You see, at a radio station, if you also know how to shoot, edit, and post videos, you become a pretty hot commodity. That's the training you get at Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting with locations up and down the East Coast from Massachusetts to Miami. Call 1-800-TV-RADIO or log on to GoCSB.com. Connecticut School of Broadcasting, the nation's oldest and largest group of broadcast media schools. Redefining training in radio, TV, and new media. Get trained. Get connected. 1-800-TV-RADIO.
Tom and Jerry Sports Show featuring Kevin Donlin live every Monday on Zeno Radio and re-airs every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Cyberstation USA and the Stitcher app. You can also tune in every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on All Noise Radio and the Live 365 app.
Follow us on Instagram at Tom and Jerry Sports Show and join the conversation on Twitter at TNJ Sports or visit our website at tnjsports.weebly.com or call into 605-562-7085. Press 5 to be heard live.
We used to have it all, but now's our curtain call. So hold for the applause. Oh, 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 oh. And wave out to the crowd and take our final bow. Oh, it's our time to go.
I think you missed me. We are back. Tom and Jerry Sports Show. We are taking calls, as you already know. The phone number again. Write it down. 605-562-7085. You want to be heard live? Press number 5.
It is time for the Tom and Jerry Sports Show Yankees update. Now,
it should be Nicole and Jerry Sports Show. It should be
now I will have
the Nick and Jay show.
There you go.
That's cute.
I will have some imaging for these two, the Yankees and Mets update, but I'm waiting ever so patiently for my co-host Kevin Donlin to come back in to studio so we can record some things. We have a lot of things to record.
So am I being replaced?
You could come in the show. You could be our update.
So pretty much I'm getting replaced.
You're not getting replaced.
I'm just holding the spot until he comes back.
You will never be replaced. That's what I was just getting to.
Were you?
Yes, I was, and
Share the news with
everybody. It was rudely interrupted by my co-host.
Rude?
No,
I'm not the co-host. I'm just a replacement until he comes back. That's rude. Thanks to Kevin. I'm gonna have to fight this.
Actually, Kevin Donlin, obviously, as if you've been listening to us. Yes, you would see sometimes he's not in studio. Actually, he hasn't been in studio, but when he was on the show, you would see him actually in his fancy little office in his house because of something that I set up with our mics and everything. You know, no big deal or anything. But
the whole point is congratulations to Kevin.
The reason why he hasn't been, he's been in the academy for the court officer, and he has recently graduated on Friday. And actually today, which I actually have to contact him, he got his post, so I got to find that out. But you will see him next to me in the next however long we will go.
That's nice. You won't be seeing me any longer. I was a 1 week replacement.
Well, someone doesn't like to come into the studio with us.
I'm right here.
So then you're going to have to come in every week now.
Well, I'm here.
All right. So
sometimes I have a busy schedule.
So Tom and Jerry Sports Show will have Nicole Conklin part of the show. And we'll use her as the smarty pants over here.
The
basically.
water girl.
That too.
Let's not go get her.
But Yankees update. They recently got back up to 500 and went back down under 500. They lost 2 of 3.
Is this the Yankees or the Mets?
The Yankees. Lost 2 of 3 from the Tigers. That puts them at about 31 and 32, I believe. They recently signed Ike Davis for first base because after Parmalee hits 2 home runs, has a great game, has been playing good for the Yankees. He did something to his hamstring, ends up on the DL. This first base for the Yankees has been nothing but a injury hole, basically, what you want to say. I mean, Greg Bird, before the season starts, did something to his rotator cuff, needed surgery, out for the season. Mark Teixeira, it's got everything going on, basically, you want to say. Dustin Ackley, out for the season. Now Parmalee, done. Ref Schneider was playing first base at first, but then they just recently signed Ike Davis to a minor league deal. We'll see what happens with that. A lot of people were calling for Nick Swisher to be called up. Obviously, he's not playing that well to be called up. But, I mean, the Yankees are they're a mediocre team. The thing is, many people are saying that they should be sellers. But you're 5.5 games out of first place. They're right there for a wild card spot. I don't think you could be sellers yet. And I know this team's not going to win a World Series. I think everybody knows that they're not going to be World Series winners. But anything can happen if you're at that point where you're close enough and you want to be buyers at the trade deadline. You never know what's going to happen because all you have to do is just look at the Mets from last year. The Mets were about the same kind of team that the Yankees are this year. They get to the trade deadline, they make one trade, and it changes their team. They end up in the World Series. Side note, yes, nobody has the kind of pitching that the Mets have, so that's a little different, but you never know what can happen. That's basically the moral of the story.
That's life.
But that's a great transition into the Mets. The Mets are just not hitting. That's basically all you have to say. They're 4.5 games out of first place. So they're right there kind of with the Yankees. Obviously, the Yankees are under 500. The Mets are not. They're over 500 by a couple of games. But they're not hitting, and they're not going to go anywhere without any hitting. And I know the injuries are there, but you're not going to get David Wright back. Probably not, at least. I mean, they're saying way down the road, probably September, but I mean, let's be serious now.
That's a long ways away.
Yeah.
Rush the summer.
They have a lot of injuries going on, and they're just not hitting. I mean, you can have the best pitching in the world, but if you're not scoring runs, then you can't have your pitcher go out there and expect no runs or just a 1-run game. You can't do that. And I know the Mets have the kind of pitching that they can win games 2-1, win games 1-0, win games 3-2, whatever it is. But they need to mix it up with their hitting. And I don't know what they can do at the trade deadline, but that's not until July 31st, so we got some time for that.
A little bit.
Yeah. But that was your Yankees and Mets update, Tom and Jerry Sports Show. Obviously, we don't have a sponsor, so I'm not even going to say we're presented by anything. So I'm just going to say we're presented by the Tom and Jerry Sports Show until we get a sponsor to put something in.
Sponsors are coming soon.
Yes.
Big moves will be made shortly.
But remember, 605-562-7085, press 5 to be heard live, transitioning into some college baseball. No one really knows about college baseball. Nobody really watches college baseball because it's really not on TV.
But they've had the draft the past few days. days.
They had the draft.
I know that.
Yes, they had the draft. I believe it was
but the problem
Thursday.
Is now we don't see them for years because they have to go through all their minor leagues.
Look at you.
So everyone forgets them and it goes out of their head until they're like, oh, look at this guy, new guy on the Yankees. He's right out of the minor leagues.
There you go. Look at that.
So let's talk about
It's our college baseball insider, Nicole Conklin.
That's me.
But
605.
Now 5627085.
They want to talk to me. I'm here.
There you go. Now, obviously, a lot this season has been talk about how baseball is not fun anymore. These young guys are trying to make baseball fun again, and a lot of talk about the bat flip. Now, I have very strong feelings on the bat flip, and it's not what you guys think. I love the bat flip. Now, definition, if you were to look in the dictionary or you want to look into Jerry's dictionary instead of
You
Webster's.
have a dictionary?
I do.
Where is
The
it?
bat flip.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what kind of word it is because I wouldn't even know.
A bat flip, I would say it's an action, so it's a verb.
Verb, and I was going to say verb.
Am I right?
was.
'Cause it's
I
an
was.
action. You flip
I
the
believe
bat.
so, yeah.
A verb.
So,
or if you want to use it as the bat flip, we'll call it a noun. Bat
there you
flip.
go.
But if you're bat flipping, it's a verb.
well, bat flips have made its way into college, and this one player has done it on multiple occasions, and this one happened to happen in the playoffs. Kind of, I don't. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm telling you that nobody really knows about college baseball, and I'm one of those guys. I mean, it's really not on TV, so there's not much
thing to watch.
Yeah. So I don't know how this works because I know there's a 3-game series, and then you go into the College World Series, which is a tournament type thing. But Miami, University of Miami, has this one player, Edgar. Yeah, I have a clip for this bat flip, and you will hear it right about now.
Left center field and deep. Hogarth is back. Grand slam! Michelangeli, he's driven in 7, and he punctuated that one with a bat flip. Oh, now both benches are emptying, so that bat flip certainly irked the opposing dugout. Both benches have emptied, and players have to be restrained near the first base coach's box. Michelangeli saw it, watched it, bat flip. And he did that against NC State in the ACC. There was a lot of outrage on the internet. There was a lot of outrage from some media, some folks.
Now it caused outrage, and Edgar Michelangeli did this once before, as you heard him say, against NC State. And my opinion on bat flip is I love it. I mean, you're hitting a home run. Why can't you celebrate that? I mean, the way that people talk about these things is like you do something good, you want to celebrate it. I mean,
too many
and
rules.
The thing is, it's like that in everything in life. You do something good, you want to celebrate it. Why wouldn't you want to celebrate it? I mean, you have, like, say you get
party.
You have a birthday party, or you have, you get a promotion. You celebrate that.
You do.
You celebrate
It's
that.
a great thing.
No matter if you want to
can
go
flip his
out or
bat,
something like that, or you just go out to dinner or something like that, you celebrate it.
Yep.
So now in baseball, you hit a home run, your way of celebrating could be
Chucking
a
the
bat
bat.
flip. I mean, nobody talks about,
If you're not throwing
mobbing.
it at someone, who cares?
It's just that's how I feel. But now
agree.
in even better news in college baseball, we had a great moment, really. And again, not many people know about this, but Louisville was playing UCSB, and they were up 3-0, bottom of the 9th, 1 out. First guy comes up, hits a base hit. Second guy comes up, he walks. Third guy comes up, he walks. So now you got bases loaded with a freshman coming up for UCSB. And this is what transpired.
Swung on and driven high and deep to right field. Out of here. Gauchos are going to Omaha. Can you believe it?
He hits a grand slam to win the game and to move on to the College World Series.
That's phenomenal. What
Isn't
a better
it?
way to do it.
Freshman.
Good kid. What's his name?
I don't remember. But we also had the Belmont Stakes, a Long Island
right by your house.
Tradition. I'm not even going to say what annual Belmont Stakes is. I don't remember the number. But yes, it is very close to my house. And we had a winner. Obviously, last year we had the great Triple Crown winner. But this year we had different winners in each of the three big races. But this is how the Belmont Stakes transpired.
They're into the stretch, and Destin has taken the lead in the Belmont Stakes. Stradivari is there. Governor Malibu couldn't get through on the inside. He is in traffic. Exaggerator. Here comes Lonnie on the far outside, and Creator is coming too. It is Destin in front. Creator. Lonnie on the outside. Destin and Creator. These two come down to the line together. Too close to goal. It was Creator and Destin right on the wire. Iran Ortiz raised his whip in victory, but it is very close in the Belmont Stakes.
And that's how that happened. Creator ended up coming down the stretch, ended up winning by a nose.
By a nose?
Yes, by a nose. A horse's nose.
Is it bigger than a human's nose?
Oh, it's way bigger, but
only
some humans.
I think we should call it a day.
Well,
on that nose hair.
Oh, look at that. The clock on the wall does say that is all. And I do have to say thank you to my beautiful co-host, Nicole Conkling.
Maybe I'll be back.
She may.
If he allows me back.
She may.
I may not make the cut.
Oh, I'm going to have to look over the tape.
Yeah, I'm going to get my review tomorrow.
But
thanks for listening.
As I said, the clock on the wall says that is all for the Tom and Jerry Sports Show. I am Jerry.
And I am Nicole.
Look at that. Be breezy.
You've been listening to the Tom and Jerry Sports Show
on Zeno Radio.